This is a demonstration of the general settings of the HTC Droid Incredible. These general settings include personalizations, ringtones, desktop background, widgets, PIN and password settings, etc. To start, let's look at some of the personalization settings available. To change the sound and notification settings on the phone, in fact, most of the settings, it will be under settings on the phone. So if you press the menu button and go to settings, this will allow you to change the different options. So if we go to personalize in the list of settings, we can choose our home default or our home wallpaper and our default ringtone. So if we choose home wallpaper, this will allow us to either choose from the gallery, which is just the gallery of photos we've taken on this particular phone, or we can choose a listing of HTC wallpapers. So if you scroll through these, you'll find different stock wallpapers that you can set. At any point in time, if you want to set a wallpaper, you can just hit set wallpaper, and then now that'll be your wallpaper on the desktop. To go back there, you hit menu and then settings and then personalize. And then you can also choose live wallpapers. Live wallpapers are animated wallpapers that you can choose. I wouldn't recommend these as much, mainly because while they do look pretty neat when you open up the phone, they do wear on your battery a little bit more. So it's just important to keep that in mind if you want to choose one of these. There's some pretty neat ones like Galaxy. If you set that, now you have the Galaxy in the background on your desktop. And then there are other ones as well. There's Magic Smoke, which makes a blurry cloud in the background. Maps will show your current position on maps or whatever map you choose. That Nexus will just have some beams of light, etc., etc. So we'll go ahead and put it back to a stock wallpaper here. Set wallpaper. The other option is the default ringtone. Default ringtone will be the default ringtone when you receive calls. So it'll give you a full list of different ringtones here that you can set to. You can also set this setting under sound settings. So if you go into settings and go to sound, you can not only have the option to set the default ringtone, the phone ringtone, but you could also set your notification sound from the list of notification sounds. And there are all sorts of different ones to choose from. There are other options to set from in here as well. You can create sound profiles. You can choose your volume settings. So this will give you toggles for all the volume settings for the phone. You can choose your audible touch tones, which will basically allow you to change the touch tones not only for your dialer, but also if you want to put in key touch tones as well whenever you touch a key in a particular menu and whatnot. Screen lock sounds, it's kind of like the iPhone where you would unlock the phone and it makes a click noise or something like that. And of course you can always go in here and choose to turn off all sounds. Another important setting in here of note is the display setting. So if you tap display, you'll notice a couple of key options in here, such as brightness. If you want to change the brightness on your phone, you can toggle the brightness. Normally this is set to automatic brightness and it adjusts it accordingly, but you can also specify a manual brightness if you want it brighter than it normally displays it. As you can see, I have it on the lowest setting as this document camera doesn't like too bright of images. Another setting is screen timeout. So right now I have it set to 10 minutes, but I can also set it to 15 minutes. It's just to keep the display active so the display doesn't turn off if I in the middle of a presentation, but you can specify any timeout you want. So this is if you have the display still turned on and you set the phone down, what it'll do is after this timer runs out, it'll turn off the display and put it into a locked mode. I think the default timer on that is a minute. Notification flash, it's pretty useful if you want various applications and whatnot to display a notification flash. The standard one is green, but the LED will also change colors based on the notification. And if you have a red indicator flash, that usually means your battery is low. So if you don't want a particular application to notify you when it has a new message via LED flash, or if you don't want any LED flashes, this is where you would turn that off. Anytime you can press the return key to go back to the previous menu. The animation section is useful if you want to turn off animations. It's helpful if you want to save battery life. And then if we go hit the return key here and go back to the main settings menu, we'll have more options. If we go into wireless and networks, you'll notice there are some different options available to us here. Airplane mode is exactly the airplane mode we discussed in the first module, which basically turns off all radio on the phone, including 3G and any wireless and Bluetooth if you're on an airplane. Wi-Fi, if you enable this and turn on Wi-Fi, it's recommended you leave this off if you don't need it, as that will also drain your battery, and then go to Wi-Fi settings. You can then either choose from a list of available networks, or you can tap Add Wi-Fi Network and type in the name of the SSID and put in a key if you need to. If you hit Save, then it'll automatically connect up with that Wi-Fi access point. There's also a Bluetooth option under here. This is useful if you want to hook up a Bluetooth headset. All Bluetooth is a standard, so any Bluetooth headset will connect to this phone as long as you have the appropriate key information. To turn that on, you just tap this. It says turning on. And then again, you go to Bluetooth settings, and you can scan for devices and synchronize with like a headset or another Bluetooth device that way. Accounts and sync is useful if you want to go in here and adjust account settings or add a new account. You can also choose to sync all here, which will sync all accounts, including your email account. So if we go down here and we hit add account, you can actually add another account, a Google account, any account you want. I highly recommend that you don't add a social networking account, and the reason for that is actually two reasons. One is it will basically tie the phone with your social networking account and then incorporate all contacts and merge them all together. The second reason is, which can be really annoying, the second reason is you cannot remove it once you add it. So you would actually have to do a factory reset on the phone in order to get rid of it. Instead of you doing this, I explain in a later module how to add applications. Go out to the market and get it that way.